25 and Donald Trump is back in the White House. He's already made headlines with his executive order on transgender athletes. Now, he sets his sights on a new target: Florida basketball. Could it actually happen? Let's dive into this wild hypothetical. Trump's history suggests he isn't afraid to use executive orders to shake things up, especially when it comes to sports. Remember his ban on transgender athletes in women's sports? That was a major executive order that sent shockwaves through the sports world. Now imagine him using a similar tactic to target Florida basketball. Maybe he cites national security concerns, claims it's a moral issue, or alleges some kind of misconduct. The reasons don't really matter, it's the method that's important. This isn't just about basketball, it's about power, control, and Trump's willingness to use it. It's about setting a precedent where the president can dictate the rules of the game, even if those rules seem arbitrary or unfair. Trump's playbook is pretty clear by now. He issues an executive order, often with little warning. Then, federal agencies like the Justice and Education departments scramble to figure out what it means and how to enforce it. In the case of Florida basketball, such an order could have huge implications. Federal funding for schools with basketball programs could be on the line. The Justice Department might even launch investigations into those schools, putting pressure on them to comply. Don't forget the NCAA, the organization that governs college sports. They'd be caught in the middle of this political firestorm. Would they bow to pressure from the White House and penalize Florida schools? Or would they stand up to Trump and risk his wrath? It's a classic Trump move: create chaos, sow division, and then sit back and watch the fallout. The NCAA would be in a real pickle. On the one hand, they've shown a willingness to follow Trump's lead in the past, like when they banned transgender athletes from women's sports after his executive order. On the other hand, banning an entire state from playing basketball is a whole different ballgame. It would be a logistical nightmare and a public relations disaster. Imagine the NCAA tournament without Florida schools like Duke, North Carolina, or Florida State. It's unthinkable. But under Trump's executive order, it could become a reality. The NCAA would have to weigh the political costs of defying Trump against the potential damage to college basketball. It's a no-win situation, and no matter what they do, someone's going to be angry. Of course, this wouldn't happen without a fight. Legal challenges would fly faster than a three-pointer at the buzzer. Lawyers would argue that Trump overstepped his authority, violated constitutional rights, and ignored existing laws. The public would be up in arms too. Basketball fans in Florida and across the country would be outraged. Protests would erupt, and social media would explode with angry comments and hashtags.